Hello, welcome back. It's so good to see you. So today we are going to be, I guess, starting a new series. I don't know. But my husband got me this book of useless information, and I really am very excited to start reading it because I opened it up just on a random page, and some of the stuff is just like, what? But it says thousands of things you didn't think you needed to know and probably don't. Noel Botham and the Useless Information Society. Now, I looked at the back of it, and it says, in 1995, a secret society was formed comprising Britain's foremost thinkers, writers, and artists to explore the world's most bizarre nooks and crannies, to trade and share useless information. In this book, the Useless Information Society shares its findings with American readers. What? That's crazy. Anyway, so it is a pretty thick book with lots and lots of useless information. But yeah, I thought it would be fun to just go through here and look at some stuff and find out things that we don't even need to know. Anyway, so like, I don't know. I think it's like divided into sections, so we shall see. Yeah, so it's got like Hall of Fame, that's entertainment, all the classics on the menu, around the house, histories, mysteries, Rome if you want to, holy matters, business relations, the sporting goods, scientifically speaking, 7-Up, statistics. I'm not going to read the introduction because who cares? Okay. The Hall of Fame. Like, how long is this? There's no way we're going to read this whole section, but it's a new series, right? So there can be like 50 videos if I want. Okay, let's get started finding out useless information. Okay, hail to the chiefs. All U.S. presidents have worn glasses. Some of them just didn't like to be seen wearing them in public. Like, what? All of them wore glasses? I guess because most of them, I don't know if I've ever seen John F. Kennedy wearing glasses, but he must because it's in the book, right? But like, most presidents are older, so like, you usually have to have like reading glasses or something like that, right? I don't know. Okay, there has never been a president from the Air Force or Marine Corps, although Ronald Reagan was in the Army Air Corps. Interesting. I would say, at least from a Marine point of view, you don't want a Marine as your president, because Marines are crazy. They don't mess around, man. I'm allowed to say that because I'm a Marine. Okay. More presidents have been born in the state of Virginia than any other state. Interesting. No president has been an only child. What? I mean, it's gotta be true. It's in the book, right? You would fact check. Because, like, I read something in here earlier, and I definitely had to fact check it, and it was true. Like, yeah, like, I just flipped it open to read something to my husband, and the very first thing said that, like, Alfred Hitchcock did not have a belly button. And you're like, what? He's super had a, how can you not? You know, everybody's born with a belly button. Well, apparently he had so many, like, stomach surgeries or something that after his last stomach surgery, he no longer had a belly button because they had to keep sewing up his stomach. Like, what? So he didn't have a belly button. That's crazy. So I'm assuming that everything in here is accurate. Okay, David Rice Atchison was president of the United States for exactly one day. Was he assassinated, or did he die or something? I've never even heard of him before. Interesting. Okay, now this section just says Curious George. George Washington is the only man whose birthday is a legal holiday in every state as of a few years ago. Okay. George Washington was deathly afraid of being buried alive. After he died, he wanted to be laid out for 3 days just to be sure he was dead. Oh my gosh. George Washington's false teeth were made of whalebone. Okay. George Washington had to borrow money to go to his own inauguration. What? Dude, being one of the original presidents, like, had to suck, dude. Because, like, nobody knew what a president was. There was no, like, protocols or security. There was no, like, it was just crappy. Like, I would not want to have been one of the first presidents, you know? Okay, Thomas Jefferson anonymously submitted design plans for the White House. They were rejected. He was the first president to be inaugurated in Washington, D.C. Man, he became president, but his plans for his own house got rejected. Like, that's crazy. Okay, Thomas Jefferson, John Adams, and James Monroe all died on July 4th. Jefferson and Adams died at practically the same minute of the same day. That's crazy. Okay, John Quincy Adams owned a pet alligator, which he kept in the East Room of the White House. Can you imagine going into the White House and just, there's an alligator just walking around? No. John Quincy Adams took his last skinny dip in the Potomac on his 79th birthday. Okay. Andrew Jackson was the only president to believe that the world is flat. What? Oh my god. He was a flat earther. Oh my gosh. Okay. The longest inaugural address by a U.S. president was given by William Henry Harrison. It was 1 hour, 45 minutes long during an intense snowstorm. 1 month later, he died of pneumonia. Okay. John Taylor had 15 children. Yikes. Millard Fillmore's mother feared he may have been mentally challenged. Like, he was a president and his mother was like, I don't think he's capable of being a president. Like, God, what? Okay. James Buchanan is said to have had the neatest handwriting of all the presidents. He was the only unmarried president. Okay, that's a weird fact. I guess it's useless. Like, whatever. Okay, Andrew Jackson was the only self-educated tailor. He is the only president to make his own clothes and those of his cabinet. What? That's crazy. Ulysses S. Grant had the boyhood name Useless. Aw, that's messed up. But he obviously proved not to be useless because he became president. Okay, this says Honest Abe, so I guess this whole section is just going to be about presidents. So, presidents' facts. Okay, this one's about Honest Abe. It says Abraham Lincoln had a wart on his face. Okay. Abraham Lincoln's mother died when the family dairy cow ate poisonous mushrooms, and Miss Lincoln drank the milk. His mother died because she drank poisonous cow milk? What? That's crazy. Abraham Lincoln had a nervous breakdown in 1836. I need more information about this breakdown. What? Okay, Abraham Lincoln's famous Gettysburg Address consisted of just 272 words. Before winning the presidential election in 1860, Abraham Lincoln lost 8 elections for various offices. And then he won the presidency. Like, that's awesome. Okay, a short time before Abraham Lincoln's assassination, he dreamed he was going to die, and he related his dream to the Senate. He died in the same bed that had been occupied by his assassin, John Wilkes Booth. His ghost is said to haunt the White House. Great. Now I'm thinking about ghosts. I'm doing this at night. Everybody's asleep. Why you gotta do this to me, book? Oh my god, now I'm scared. Ugh, I don't like ghosts and stuff like that. Be happier facts. The annual White House Easter egg roll was started by Rutherford B. Hayes in 1878. Is there an egg roll? I don't know anything about an egg roll at the White House. Easter egg roll. I don't know what that is. James Garfield would write Latin with one hand and Greek with the other simultaneously. What? How? How do you do that? Like, what? That's crazy. Okay. Grover Cleveland was a draft dodger. Uh-oh. He hired someone to enter the service in his place, for which he was ridiculed by his political opponent, James G. Blaine. It was soon discovered, however, that Blaine had done the same thing himself. What? Okay, these are Teddy tidbits. In 1912, after being shot in the chest, Theodore Roosevelt finished a speech he was delivering before he accepted any medical help. That is hardcore. Theodore Roosevelt was the first to announce to the world that Maxwell House coffee is good to the last drop. What? Theodore Roosevelt wrote 37 books? I didn't know that. Theodore Roosevelt's mother and first wife died on the same day in 1884. He himself died from an infected tooth. That has got to be the worst, to have your mother and your wife die on the same day. No, that is not okay. Ugh. Okay, William Taft got stuck in his bathtub on his inauguration day and had to be pried out by his attendants. What? He had a special reinforced steel dining chair. Okay. He got stuck in his bathtub and he had to be pried out. Like, I can't. What? Okay. Woodrow Wilson wrote all of his speeches in longhand. He's the only president who has held a PhD degree. In longhand, doesn't that mean just normal writing? Okay. Herbert Hoover was the first U.S. president to have a telephone in his office. Wow, okay. Gosh, that would suck to be a president and not have a phone in your office. Like, you gotta communicate, you know? I wonder if, like, before that, they had, like, this special person that was sworn to secrecy, and like you'd be at your little president desk doing your stuff, and they'd be like, hey, go tell this person this, and then that person would have to go run and tell this person this, you know what I mean? Or like, did they have like radios or something? How did they communicate back then? Okay, when First Lady Eleanor Roosevelt, I'm tired, sorry. When First Lady Eleanor Roosevelt received an alarming number of threatening letters soon after her husband became president at the height of the Depression, the Secret Service insisted that she carry a pistol in her purse. Okay, but how about protect me, Secret Service? I don't want to have to protect myself with a gun in my purse. No. Okay. Alright. Harry Truman's middle name was just S. What? And was not short for anything. His parents could not decide between two different names beginning with the S. So they're like, S. What? That's crazy. Okay. John F. Kennedy could read 4 newspapers in 20 minutes. How? I don't know about that. 4 newspapers? How big is this newspaper? How many pages are in the newspaper? I have questions. Okay, John F. Kennedy's rocking chair was auctioned off for $442,000 for a rocking chair. That is nuts. Okay, Pluto, the astrological symbol for death, was directly above Dallas when JFK was born. I don't like that. I don't know why I don't like that, but I don't like that. Lyndon B. Johnson was the first president of the United States to wear contact lenses. What? They had contact lenses back then? You know, my aunt she had one of the first pairs of contact lenses, and she said they were very painful, but they were actually made out of very thin glass. They were really, really expensive, and they had to have these special cases because they were made out of glass. Like, how can you put a piece of glass into your eyeball? What? No way. Ugh. Okay, Richard Nixon left instructions for California Here I Come to be the last piece of music played slowly and softly were he to die in office. Okay? I don't even know what that song is. Richard Nixon's favorite drink was a dry martini. Okay. Richard Nixon was the first U.S. president to visit Moscow. Gerald Ford was once a male model. I've seen Gerald Ford. I don't know about that. Okay, Jimmy Carter is a speed reader. 2,000 words per minute. What? How does your brain comprehend that? You know what I mean? Like, and wouldn't you just speed read everything? No, I'm like the slowest reader ever. I don't know how to even attempt speed reading. Like, what? Okay, Jimmy Carter was the first U.S. president born in a hospital. What? He had an operation for hemorrhoids while he was in office. Why do we need to know that? I don't want to know about Jimmy Carter's hemorrhoids. What? Okay, these are called Reaganisms. Reagan smash. Like, did you ever see that Family Guy where they used to make fun of Ronald Reagan because he had like dementia or something? Super not okay to make fun of, but Family Guy did. They would make fun of Ronald Reagan all the time, but I just remember this one where like they were making fun of him tearing down a wall. And so he was like, Reagan smash. I don't know. Family Guy is like a terrible show, but it's funny. A offensively funny, but still funny. Okay, Ronald Reagan once wore a Nazi uniform while acting in a film during his Hollywood days. Okay, yeah, because Ronald Reagan used to be an actor. Ronald Reagan married his first wife, Jane Wyman, at Forest Lawn Cemetery in Glendale, California. I would not want to get married in a cemetery. Are you kidding me? No. No, no, no. Ronald Reagan sent out the army photographer who first discovered Marilyn Monroe. I don't understand. Ronald Reagan sent out the army photographer who first discovered Marilyn Monroe. What does that mean, sent out? Am I not understanding what that means? Ronald Reagan sent out the army photographer. I don't know what that means. Okay. Ronald Reagan was the only divorced president, and he was the only president to be head of a labor union. He was a divorced president? Like, I didn't know that you could be divorced. Like, what? Okay. Bill Clinton was the first left-handed U.S. president to serve 2 terms. So I guess there was a left-handed president, but they served 1 term. What a weird fact. And it's totally useless information. Criminal Minds. Oh, this is different. It's not just, let me see. How long is this video? It's 21 minutes. Okay. Maybe we should save the Criminal Minds. No, it's still president stuff. This is still president stuff? I don't know. No. Anyway, okay. I'm gonna stop it there. And so the next video that we do is gonna be about criminals. I see Al Capone. So we're gonna be reading some interesting things, I guess. I don't know. So this one was mainly about presidents, but still, like, interesting, useful, useless, not useful. This information's totally useless. But anyway, I hope that you enjoyed that. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon.